Thank you, everyone. Geez, so awesome to be here today. I'm Emmett Kelly. I'm chair of the Homeport Board, and welcome. Tons of work has gone into this, and there's so many folks, and when I walked the door, I saw so many folks that made this happen. First of all, I'm always overwhelmed by our staff. I know I'm going off script, Leah. I'll get back on really quick here. I always fail at this part, especially recognizing everyone in the room. And so I look across from me and I see the mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for being here. Consider it to be a good friend. I don't know if that's reciprocated, but good to see you. Congresswoman Beatty, thank you so much for being here. And there's so many other folks in the room, Councilman Herschel. I'm not going to go through the whole list. I just want to say I'm so excited to be here and so happy to be in this building, okay? Because it is such a beacon for so many different reasons. I'll get back on script now. So welcome to today's celebration of the opening of Mulby Place. Our area seniors now have a 100-apartment, affordable rent community where they can live in independence, safety, and security. Homeport did not make this happen by itself. A $26 million project like this doesn't just happen with one entity. Mulby Place takes visionaries, investors, and community. And many thanks go out to the City of Columbus. Thank you, Mayor, Councilman. Columbus Next Gen Corporation. Sir, I see you over there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. North Linden Area Commission, Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing, Franklin County, Chase, and the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati. Thank you to all. And let's not forget those designing, building, leasing, and managing Mulby. M&A Architects, Elford, and Walla Communities. Thank you. So again, staff, could you please stand up? Our staff deserves a huge round of applause. There's a lot out there in the lobby, so thank you. And my fellow board members, I see a few in the room. Elder Price, please stand. Jim, please stand. Angie, Charlita, thank you. Stephanie, you didn't stand, but we recognize you. So let's celebrate. I'm very pleased to introduce Homeport's President and CEO, who I consider a great friend, Leah Evans. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmett, for your introduction and for your work leading our impactful board. I also consider you a friend, so thank you. I know, I had to say something back. So, hello, it is so good to see you all. As Emmett said, I'm Leah Evans. I have the pleasure, the honor, and the tremendous blessing to run Homeport. And it is with great pride that we all stand here as the Homeport team in Mulby, our newest senior community in the heart of Linden. The development plan for Mulby started over 4 years ago, but an investment like this has been even longer in coming to this community. It feels like yesterday when we stood in the mud and commemorated Mulby's groundbreaking while still in the midst of a global pandemic. At that time, we stood here, turned dirt, and looked to the future without real certainty of what it would hold. We had only the blueprints of what we hoped would become a catalytic development, supporting the hopes and aspirations of this great neighborhood. Now, we are so happy to welcome Linden senior residents and older adults from across Central Ohio to their new homes in these two beautiful and contemporary buildings. If you'd like to take a closer look, we do have 2 units available for you to tour, units 102 and 110 before you leave. As Emmett said, we did not get here alone, but with the help of our community partners. I would especially like to thank Boyce Safford. Where's he at? He's hiding in here somewhere. Executive Director of Columbus Next Gen, way in the back. There he is. Goodness only knows how many hours, meetings, negotiations, arm twisting, whatever you'd like to call it, that got him to get together a site like this to be able to develop Mulby. Due to NextGen's collaboration and the partnership of many of the speakers that you'll hear from today, we celebrate Mulby as an integral piece in the development of downtown Linden. Really, I should say the redevelopment. Think back with me to about 80 years ago. In the 40s, the Mulby Brickyard, you have little bricks, yes, that's where that's from. The Mulby Brickyard was the main source of economic stability here in Linden. Mulby's name and design is reflective of that rich history, and the real way that we provide economic stability to our residents is through housing. With Homeport, that stability starts at housing, but it doesn't end there. Just as we've done with residents in our over 40 other communities, it's a way for us, we always look for ways to ease the burdens of our residents. Whether it's through emergency assistance, produce distributions, on-site health and healthcare services, or making service connections to support their aging in place, we are here for our residents. This work, as we have seen, has lasting impact on their health and well-being. Just 2 weeks ago at our annual Voice and Vision event, some of you weren't there, but we can talk about that later. Many of you were. But one of our residents shared his story, and I have the video, so we'll share that too. But one of our residents shared his story of overcoming health challenges and finding his voice again, literally, once he moved into our senior community in Whitehall. This is the kind of lasting impact that we know Mulby will have in Linden and with the residents who live here. Lasting impact in this neighborhood, which is an area that is already rich with community-based assets. We're proud to just be one of those, where we see homeowners and business owners, faith institutions, and community partners like the Linden Recreation Center and the Linden Fresh Market already making a difference in this community every day. Mulby is positioned to be the nucleus of that new downtown hub, encouraging additional investment and revitalization that was envisioned by the One Linden plan developed with the residents, business leaders, and stakeholders of this great neighborhood. As we see the senior population in this area continuing to grow, it'll be over 33% just by 33% in the last decade alone. Mulby is designed to cater to that demographic. People over age 55 are more likely to live on fixed incomes, as you know. And Mulby's apartments are priced to meet 30, 40, 50, and 60% area median income rents, making them affordable but far from cheap. The quality of construction is higher than that of market rate apartments like it, with 100% accessible units and constructed to enterprise green standards, which makes sure not only is this building energy efficient, but it will be sustainable for generations to come. Mulby is home to not one, not two, not three, but 4 community areas, including 2 patios, a community park, and a community garden, where residents can foster meaningful social connections important to aging healthily. We are incredibly grateful for the opportunity to provide long-term Linden residents, many of whom have lived their whole lives here, a place to age with dignity and independence. I can't wait to hear from our investors and partners, including the Honorable Representative Joyce Beatty, who made her way home after a marathon session in Congress, and has to head back, she says, and our Mayor, Andrew J. Ginther, who declared neighborhood as his administration's priority in 2016, and has been walking that commitment out ever since. But first, I want to welcome Stephanie Meredith with State Auto Insurance Companies. Stephanie and her associates have already made this place home by distributing welcome baskets to our residents. Their funding and support has been integral to us being able to spread our message, and she's one of our newest Homeport board members. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Your presence means so very much. I'm Stephanie Meredith, Homeport board member. I've been a passionate supporter of Homeport for many years and joined the board this year, representing State Auto, now a part of the Liberty Mutual family, where I serve as the External Relations Director of Community. During my time on the board, I really only hope to grow the partnership with Homeport, and we've been partners since 2006. And the impact that we can have together, we really want to grow that further. Right now, we're in the Mulby Place Community Room, a room which State Auto sponsored, and the commitment of State Auto has made to our community. Over the years, we have made significant investments in Homeport because we see the importance and we see the need to create and provide stable, affordable housing in our growing region. We see how it ties together with the critical needs like education and food insecurities. 17 years ago, State Auto joined as a corporate partner to Homeport, expanding that partnership in 2015, supporting the Strengthening Community Tours. These outings allow us to see what affordable housing really looks like in our city. We hear about the supportive programming and community and teams that the Homeport offers, including produce distributions, after-school programming, community cleanups, and social events. And they also afford us the opportunity to connect with great staff who really makes this all possible. Mulby Place is a continuation of our investment, and I was happy to greet this year's first resident earlier this month and present the first welcome basket that State Auto helped to create for every Mulby Place unit. They deserve comfortable homes, our seniors in this area who are the most vulnerable. They deserve secure homes where they can age in place. I'm proud to find Mulby Place to be not only a comfortable and secure home, but a welcoming environment that fosters community connection. I offer heartfelt thanks to all those involved in bringing Mulby Place to fruition. And I'm so excited to see what lies ahead for the downtown Linden area. I am so grateful to be a part of Homeport because Homeport to me is hope. Now I'm happy to introduce the Honorable Joyce Beatty, U.S. Representative, and someone I've had opportunities to work with over the years. I so admire Representative Beatty for her determination and dedication to our district and the care that she demonstrates for every person she represents. We welcome Representative Beatty.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me just say thank you to you, Emmett, and to you, Leah, for inviting me to be here and to be with so many colleagues and friends. But it's always great when you can come home and you can sit next to your mayor. So thank you, Mayor Andy Ginther, and certainly to my senator, as I have finally always called Senator Herschel Craig, and to you, Nick Bankston, for your leadership on City Council. And it's far too many people for me to do the whole list. So let me just say thank you for being here today. And Leah, you are so right. The last few weeks in the United States Capitol has certainly been a challenge. I could think of another C word, but we won't say confusion and chaos. But I can tell you being home for something like this is amazing, because when we say putting people over politics, that is just what we're doing as we're gathered here today. And you've heard all about this wonderful Mulby Place and where we are today and why we are here. And you're right again, Leah. 4 years ago, breaking ground. But there's something else that happened this month, almost to the exact date. And Mayor Ginther, that was you doing the groundbreaking for One Linden. 5 years ago in October, you had this vision that we would be able to have the Columbus Next Generations downtown Linden, that we would have a vision of why we are gathered here today, because our seniors needed us. Our seniors depended on us. And as leaders, as friends, as lawyers and chairmen and community advocates, Mark and Larry Price, you understand that we always go out and talk about the problems with housing. We talk about that some 54 1,000 Central Ohio residents spends 50% of their salary for housing. We get beaten up across the country for not having affordable housing, for not taking care of our children and our families. But today, we stand here united because, see, we had a plan. And that plan has come to fruition today because of all of us. Now, they've given me all of these things to say, and I looked at this program, and it's long. So I'm going to leave you with this, okay? I'm going to leave you with these 100-unit garden apartments, which includes some 3,000 square feet of commercial space. Represents, and here's the part I like money, represents a $26 million investment. And you may applaud right now. I need to go back to Washington and say I set today on fire that the people were clapping so loud I just decided to end the speech and let the next speakers come up here. I'm doing all this because I want you to remember, not me today, but I want you to remember this day. I want you to remember that seniors now will have a better quality of life, that seniors will have some place that they can live and be proud of, and that we did this together. Because when there is a vision, and when there are people who are willing to dream and make dreams happen, then we get Mulby Place. And so again, thank you for allowing me to come. I have a proclamation. I'm not going to read it, but Leah, I'm going to give it to you. And I want to say thank you for this brick. I'm going to steal this idea. I love this. And I will end with your own words that it says, building the foundation for a vibrant downtown Linden. And I think that says it all. Thank you. And just in case you didn't know, I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, and I approve this message. Thank you, and God bless you.
How do you follow that? Please give it up for the best Congresswoman in all of America, Joyce Beatty. And she even went the extra mile. My little girl and her classmates were in D.C. last week, and our Congresswoman took them around the Capitol and to the gallery, and I mean, she does it all. And we're so blessed to have her and to have an incredible advocate for housing, for seniors, for neighborhoods. As the neighborhood's mayor, I couldn't ask for a better partner in D.C. and Washington, so thank you, Congresswoman. Well, today is all about neighborhoods. I said when I became mayor, my top 3 priorities were going to be neighborhoods, neighborhoods, neighborhoods. And today we celebrate this incredible place where our seniors of this neighborhood are going to be able to age in place. An incredible place with wonderful amenities, worthy of so much that they have given to our community throughout the years. I mean, you think about it, then young staffer Nick Bankston, working in the Department of Neighborhoods, helped to lead the development of the One Linden plan. That was not a city hall plan, that wasn't a developer's plan, that was the neighborhood's plan. And they developed an exhaustive, strategic, comprehensive plan that we as a community, public, private, government, city, county, nonprofit, corporate, we've already invested over $150 million into that One Linden plan. And Mulby Place is a perfect example of that. But we didn't stop there. We went on to envision Hilltop, where we've already been able to invest over $100 million into the Hilltop, being able to expand high-quality pre-K to a neighborhood where they had the fewest number of children in the entire city enrolled in high-quality pre-K. And now, we just announced a few weeks ago the launching of the Eastland Community Plan. And we had a room like this packed to the gills at Barnett Recreation Center for the people of that great neighborhood who are going to develop and drive the next chapter of their future. But I'm excited to be here today because we have a supply crisis in this community. Go back to Econ 101. If your demand continues to go up and your supply is flat, you have a crisis. And our seniors and our working families are feeling this squeeze more than ever before. So we must do our part. And this community is up to the challenge. We're going to grow by 1/3 in the next 30 years. Greatest growth we've ever seen in the history of our city. We need to double the number of units coming to market every year for the next 15 years at every price point. This next 10 or 15 years will determine whether or not our kids and our grandkids, regardless of what they choose to do for a living, are able to live in our community. That's the challenge before us. And this community is up for this challenge. It will require us to do things differently. We're rewriting our zoning code for the first time in 70 years. Think about anything that's 70 years old that doesn't need a dramatic updating. No, Elder Price, I was not looking at you. It's time for us to embrace density and height and grow. We want to make sure that we're not just bigger, but we're better. And that dynamic and inclusive growth so that shared prosperity reaches every family in every neighborhood. That's why I'm so excited to be with you here today. And we couldn't do this without some great partners. So it's my pleasure to introduce the board chair of the Columbus Next Generation Corporation. I swear the font gets smaller and smaller the older I get. But I don't need to look down to let you know who this person is. He's a dynamic and great lawyer in our community, a great leader, great advocate for housing and for neighborhoods. Please welcome Mark Hatcher.
Well, I think Mayor Ginther said it best, that we absolutely have the greatest congresswoman in the United States, but I also agree that we have the greatest mayor as well, and Mayor Andrew Ginther. Let's give him a round of applause. He is a vigilant advocate for communities and neighborhoods, and as the board chair at Columbus Next Generation, we got a mandate from him. We got a mandate from City Council. We got a mandate from the county to be impactful in a meaningful way in Linden and in the Hilltop. And so what you see here today is a manifestation of that. And there are countless partners in this room that were part of that. I have to give thanks to Boyce, Safford, and Tracy at NextGen. Our board is so proud of the work that you all have done. Like when we were meeting to talk about this project, it's hard to imagine that this will be the catalyst for the downtown Linden development. And so this brick is significant. When we were doing the RFP for this, Homeport was the only entity that came to us with an idea that was rooted in this community. They had done their homework, they had done their research, they knew about the Mulby Brickyard, and they came to that meeting with the vision, and it was an easy decision to go with Homeport. So Leah, Emmett, thank you for the work that you have done here. Again, we thank our partners at the city and at the county for all of your help and assistance. And again, on behalf of the board of Columbus Next Generation, thank you.
Well, good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here on behalf of Columbus City Council. And the Congresswoman is right, it is a long program, so I'm gonna be very brief. But I'm really excited because, as the mayor indicated, when we started this vision, I was just a staff person leading a community. And most folks always say, oh, that's Nick Bankston, the architect of the One Linden plan. I said, no, I'm just one person. The true architects are the folks that you don't see on this program. And so I want to make sure I lift them up. It's people like Ms. Peg Williams from South Linden. It's three dynamic women, which are the Sisters of Empowerment. It's folks like Delina P. Scales, who lived her whole life in this neighborhood and now gets to serve it. It's people like Carla Williams Scott, who was my boss, and there was a lot of things that would happen. She'd be like, now who approved this? And it was also a mayor who entrusted a young person at the time to say, go, because saying neighborhoods is one thing, but being about it means that you have to have a plan, a vision, and you have to share that vision with the community. So what you see today is not a manifestation of simply brick and mortar, but it's really heart and passion. Heart and passion for a community that has so much pride and has so much potential and possibility. So today truly is, you're standing in a catalyst of what will come across the street, of what will be built on down the street, and I'm so excited to be a part of that. And so to you all that are here and to celebrate, remember this, that when we are sitting in today, it's quite different than you do other planning. Typically, if you say, I'm starting with a downtown Linden, we're gonna make some hip apartments and get some young professionals up in here. But what we said was, we're gonna start with our legacy. And we wanna make sure that this downtown and this neighborhood is reticent and says to all of those that have shared in Linden's challenging times, that they will be here to celebrate in its celebration, in its renaissance. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to my friend Leah Evans in Homeport for all the work that you do. And now I'm excited to bring up the baddest state senator in the state of Ohio, my dear friend, State Senator Herschel Craig.
Now, I need to just say this and make it perfectly clear that my Congresswoman, y'all already know, is the baddest woman and the baddest come in this nation, and our mayor. And now, since I've said that, would you give Leah a huge round of applause? Would you honor her appropriately this morning? And Emmett and the staff for all that they are doing. Look, brick by brick. When I walked up here and I was thinking, and Elder Price looked at me and I said, well, I'm going to be 75 soon. So I looked around, I said, is there an apartment for me in here somewhere? But listen, I serve on the House Select Committee. We just started that committee, Congresswoman Beatty, and I've said to them clearly, I don't want something that is put on a shelf, that we're just pontificating, we're just going around the state, Leah, and that at the end of that process, there's not real progress. And today with Mulby, I am absolutely blessed, and I have something to report to the chair. We can get this done for all of our families and children. They deserve it, and certainly our seniors who have worked all of their lives, so that we might have something that we need to be contributing to their well-being. And so today, and I won't talk long either, but just to simply say, brick by brick, we can get it done. And you already know that I'm going to leave you with that quote. I only have a minute. Only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it. Give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. God bless you and have a wonderful day. I do have a resolution. I'm not going to read it. I will just give it to you from the 131st General Assembly of the State Senate of the state of Ohio. Oh, did I need to do something? The Lord is good. The director of the Franklin County Office of Aging, she is a brilliant lady. Come on up.
Thank you. I'm Shonda Wingo. I am the director for the Franklin County Office on Aging. I serve at the pleasure of our Franklin County Board of Commissioners, President John O'Grady, Erica Crawley, and Kevin Boyce. Mulby Place is a representation of their unwavering commitment, not just to the community, but to make sure that our seniors have what they need to age in place. I have some statistics as well. What I do know from all of the work that we do, more than 60% of our seniors are spending more than 30% of their income on housing and utilities. In our office, you may have heard of senior options as well as adult protective services. We collect all of this information and we work with our seniors because our primary mission is to ensure that they have the home and community-based support services to remain in their homes as long as possible. But as we know, housing increase costs are driving our seniors out of their homes on a daily basis. We receive calls every day. My rent is increasing or my property taxes are too much. And so we're excited to advocate for senior housing projects such as this because we now have a place that we can turn to that we know are accepting seniors where seniors can live safely and securely. Other statistics that we do know, just from being able to determine eligibility for our programs, more than 37% of the seniors that we serve have an income of $1,000 or less. And so as you know, when rent increases and property taxes, they just can't afford it. And so we're excited that we're all here today. Thank you for involving us, and we look forward to being able to provide additional home and community-based services so that our seniors can have the nutrition and their access to transportation to go to their doctors and remain healthy. So with that, thank you, and I look forward to more projects such as this. Thank you.
Hello there. You know, I think I'm the first in a stream of funders that you're going to hear from. And obviously can't do this without the money, right? But we're not always the most dynamic, exciting people to hear from either. I'm just going to warn you. But as you're sitting there looking at your watches thinking, when's this going to be over? Just know that Leah's smart about this. She saved some fireworks for the very end because you're going to get to hear from Anthony, and I guarantee you'll be entertained, okay? So not trying to put any pressure on you, but he is the man. So I work with the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, and I'm the Director of Legislative Affairs. So when I see Congresswoman Beatty here and the mayor, the councilman, and of course, the senator, I really, this is what makes my day. Plus, just being with all of you and being involved in an event like this, which obviously we're all having a good day today right now. But it has to start somewhere, and we have a resource that we are able to award to developers like Homeport for properties like this called the Federal Low-Income Housing Tax Credit. And of course, our Congresswoman Joyce Beatty is a fierce advocate for us in Congress and in Washington. You got to have a champion to get anything done in maybe, I won't just say this Congress, any Congress. I've come to understand that it takes momentum, but you got to have somebody really out there cheerleading and leading the parade. So Congresswoman Beatty has been that person for us for as long as I've been at the Ohio Housing Finance Agency. So Congresswoman, thank you. Let me give you a round of applause. And as wonderful as that resource is, it can't pay for everything that you need to put this kind of a deal together. The particular tax credit that we were able to award for this property maybe only covers 40% of the overall cost of this development. So you're going to hear from the other people. Well, you've already heard from the mayor. So first of all, thank you, and the city, obviously. But we're going to hear from other folks that made this day possible. We've got, well, who are we hearing from? We've got Chase Bank will be up here, Federal Home Loan Bank, and of course, Anthony representing the housing and urban development folks. So it really takes a team effort. But when you talk about that mud back at the groundbreaking, you know, we'd still be stuck in that mud without the federal low-income housing tax credit. So that's a big hurdle to get over, and we appreciate the importance that that has. Lucky for me, I don't have to make the tough decisions on how that resource is allocated, but I just get to come and enjoy wonderful days like this. So thank you, Leah, for inviting me. Congratulations. That resource, that tax credit, in and of itself, doesn't pay for this kind of a deal. It has to be spun into gold, as I like to say, and that's what our next speaker does. Catherine Cawthon with the Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing. She's going to tell you how she does that.
And Guy said he was going to be short. Even though we aren't dynamic, we do bring money to the deal. And so the federal home, or the housing tax credit, what we do, Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing, is we go out and we find the investors who will buy those credits. And I'll tell you what, the story of a Mulby Place and the story of Homeport is an easy story to tell many of our investors. Those investors are your financial institutions and your insurance agencies that are, or insurance companies that are here and focus on investment in Columbus. So when we say, listen, we need your best and top dollar for these credits, we can show them the results. So we're very proud of that. I'm Catherine Cawthon, President and CEO of Ohio Capital, and I represent not only our team, but our board of directors, who is currently chaired by Angela Mingo. And we are fortunate, we are a nonprofit, we partner with a lot of different folks, but we are also able to bring to this project through our CDFI entity, Ohio Capital Finance Corp., a pre-development loan, because it takes money to plan these things out. And a nonprofit like Homeport needs to leverage as many resources as possible to get into the ground. And we're very proud that you have selected us to partner on this. And we are a partner for 15 years. And we're very proud of the results here and looking forward to that 15 years. So thank you. So I want to introduce Stephanie Stewart-Young, who's Managing Director of Consumer and Community Banking at Chase Bank.
Right. So good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, it is just great to see so many familiar faces. It's been a minute since I've been here in the Linden community, and I feel like I was just coming home. So it's a pleasure to be here in my new capacity with J.P. Morgan Chase, head of field and local business engagement for our community impact team. So on behalf of our 18,000 employees in the Central Ohio community, I will tell you I'm extremely honored and pleased that we are here to celebrate this dedication today. J.P. Morgan Chase has been a long-term partner, not only in the Linden community, but a committed partner in supporting the economic mobility and the affordable housing needs of those in the Central Ohio community. And so extremely excited to see not only this project come to life, but to see my friend Leah Evans and all of the great work that Homeport is doing. I am biased because I was on Homeport's board for probably almost about a decade and worked hand in hand with Homeport to not only envision some of the great work that we're seeing done here today, but many years of contributing affordable housing in the Central Ohio community. And so really excited about the contribution. So J.P. Morgan Chase is not only committed to this project, but we're pleased to support Mulby Place directly, which, as we've all heard, is contributing 100 affordable housing units for seniors right here in the Linden community. So this is near and dear to me. I grew up not too far from Linden in Brittenell. Anybody from the Brittenell community here? Okay. All right, great. And so as I came down Cleveland Avenue today, of course, I seen the boarded up buildings on the side, but then you seen this bright beacon of light in the middle of that. And for me, this just signals why I do this work day in and day out, because we need to continue to invest these resources to ensure these communities have the ability to thrive, and the residents in the community have the ability to thrive and provide not only affordable housing, but also an overall positive situation for them to contribute in their communities. And so extremely excited to be here to celebrate this. JP Morgan Chase, in addition to investing in this particular project, we've invested $5 million in 614 for Linden. That started back in 2019, and so extremely pleased about that investment, and really excited to say JP Morgan Chase is not just here today. We're here for the long haul, so looking forward to continue the partnership with all of you in the room today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So Guy pretty much laid the groundwork, right? We're in the money end. So earlier on, I was ready to get up out of the chair, and I thought doing a couple of laps with some of the speakers we had here, there's a lot of liveliness, a lot of livelihood. And Stephanie mentioned as we came in to the area, or as you come into the area, because we came separately, of course, there is a little bit of darkness in the buildings and stuff. But a long time back, I had somebody tell me it only takes one match to defeat the darkness. And I think we're starting to see it. There's many matches, and the more we do with that type of investment, the greater it'll be for us. So I'm Al Fairbanks. I'm from the FHLB Cincinnati, the Federal Home Loan Bank. And it's not generally a partner in a lot of things that people are aware of or familiar with. So I'll give you just a little bit of background. But before that, I wanted to say what a pleasure it is. What an honor to be able to be part of this, to be able to have our Congresswoman here, our mayor, to be able to have Homeport, our partners, JP Morgan and Homeport. We provide financing for housing, for affordable housing, and for community investment. And this is the type of thing that's just a perfect role for us. So the FHLB, there are 11 of us throughout, 11 districts throughout the country and the US territories. In 1932, we were created by Congress, by an act of Congress. So over 90 years, and our role is primarily for affordable housing, community investment, and residential finance. We provide certain grants and abilities to be able to help with things like this. And one of the things that really dawns on me is that this isn't something that's a sprint, because we've heard 5 years and we've heard 4 years. It was 2020 that our grant was approved. And here we are today in 2023. So there's vision, and there's gotta be people like Homeport and like the others that are around here that have the vision to be able to see something like this through. And it's really, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Again, with FHLB, this is what we really are supposed to be part of. And we started in 1932, as I mentioned. We've had $859 million since 1990 that we've provided to different programs. 106,000 units have been provided for living through the FHLB, and hopefully we see that number continue to grow. As we are established, 10% of our earnings go towards affordable housing, disaster recovery, and community investment. And I hope to hear that number continue, if not grow. And we are here by the pleasure of our Congresswoman Beatty and Congress, as well as our Senators Vance and Brown. And we greatly appreciate being able to be part of this with not just those that are up here speaking, but all of the partners that we see here. It's been a pleasure. And I really look forward to it. I hope there's a place somewhere that I might be able to find here too. I'll tell you what, this looks like a nice location. So congratulations and welcome home to all of the residents. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon to all and to this great crowd of faces. To some, it may be strangers. To others, it may be friends. But most of all, as you look around this room, you see the power of partnership and collaboration, because it took every one of you that's here to make this happen. The soft side, the hard side, the construction side, the financing side. I'm not sure why they had me on that second row for financing, but in this case, it takes everyone, and I want you to know that you make a difference. My name is Anthony Forte, and I currently serve as the Field Office Director for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. As such, I come to bring you greetings on behalf of our Honorable Secretary, Marcia Fudge, who was part of our Ohio delegation for so long, but has now taken on the responsibilities of helping the country in ways that she was helping Ohio. With that, I also want to recognize our Honorable Joyce Beatty, who, as many has mentioned already, has done a yeoman's job in every arena that affects the quality of lives of Ohioans, and particularly for her district. But in addition to that, she's the National Congressional Black Caucus chair, and therefore she's doing this work all over the nation as well. But I applaud her. She came back last year for our White House announcement for the housing supply with Senator Brown, as well as Secretary Fudge, in order to identify that not only is it the difficulty that we have for the housing crisis and housing gap, but that we need to stand up and make a difference. And so as a part of that, I thank her, I applaud her, and I continue to, I saw you at the Central State, there you go, homecoming and everything. And so everywhere she goes, I want y'all to know, she has a crowd of admirers of all ages, okay? She literally can walk in a room and have everybody lit up and everything. But to the rest of the dignitaries that was here, you know, you've mentioned everyone, you know, from our honorables, or the mayor, and from our council member and our senator, our board of commissioners. Everybody has a part of this. HUD's mission is to create strong, sustainable, inclusive communities and quality housing for all. And that housing is home. And that makes this type of place. I was here for the groundbreaking, and yes, our shoes. I still got some messed up shoes. I'm not sure, Emmett, I don't know if you got the mud off yours and the cracks, but you know, this is what it shows like when you put your back to the tools and you make a difference and you make it happen. With that, I want to thank all of you, and I see so many faces that across the years you have been dedicated to quality, affordable housing. This type of project is, I won't call it the first, because obviously we get to do a lot of these groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings, but there's still more hard work to do and more groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings to have. Don't get tired. Don't give up. Let's continue to fight the good fight and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for being here. HUD is the leading driver of housing investments and programs in the U.S., and so it's important for you to be here as a part of this transformative project. So we're almost there, y'all. Hang with me, all right? So thank you all for being a part of this program today. You've heard from a variety of voices, and I hope what you take away is that housing is important to all of us. It impacts all of us. It's a key source of security, safety, and hope. It is the foundation of our health, wealth, and well-being, and we all should be grateful for the homes we go to every day. There's a theme that you'll see around gratitude, and we're hoping that you'll take it with you when you leave here. And so I want to give a couple of special shout outs. First is to Teru Durden. He is the project manager for this development. A shout out to Teru, wherever he is. Where are you? There he is. And you say, Leah, you have a team of 35 people. Why are you shouting out Teru? Well, Teru started with us on October 17th of 2019. The very first thing he did was that presentation that Mark talked about to the board of Columbus Next Gen. He's been with this project for 4 years and finally gotten to the finish line. We thank you for your service. I'm looking for another face. Roy, are you in here? Roy, where is he? He stepped out. He got to hear it from afar. Roy, two things. Happy belated birthday. His birthday was yesterday, same as my daughter, so had to give that shout out. And Roy, who's been in this game for 40 some odd years since the program pretty much started. He's been with Homeport, helping us and our development team. He helped us get through the financing and the pre-development and all the zoning and all those things, and had to just make sure his name got called from the podium. I see a lot of our friends and contacts in the room. I have to shout out Jim Smith from Elford. As Emmett said, their team came in here and made these dreams a reality. This building is downright gorgeous, and we thank you. Allison from MA Design, I see you. Thank you. This was our first project with them. Who knew how it would turn out? It turned out great. So thank you to you and the MA team. Chair Perkins from the North Linden Area Commission was not here to join us today, but I want to thank her. I want to thank all the North and South Linden Area Commissioners and all of the residents who came out to numerous public meetings. Your partnership, your feedback, your direction help us be better, and we are thankful for you for your service. And lastly but not least, to Congresswoman Beatty, Mayor Ginther, Councilmember Bankston, Senator Craig, we can only do the important work of creating housing affordability because you are doing the extremely hard work of legislating, of creating policies and programs to ensure housing is invested in at every level and to make sure that it stays a priority that everyone has a home. And so we thank you for that. And my last thanks would be to our residents here at Mulby. Some of them have joined us. They're starting to move in. A long life is not a given. And so the residents of Mulby have worked, some are still working. They've been in our communities, they've raised families, they've volunteered in our neighborhoods, and they've contributed to our community's greater success. And so we thank you for choosing to live here at Mulby and continuing to positively impact the community. So that's all, folks. Thank you all for coming. We thank you for being here. We're gonna say stay safe, go vote, be grateful. And if you have time to stay and hang out and fellowship with us, we'd appreciate your time. We have some food from Ina's next door. We want to celebrate our local-based business and make sure to support them. So if you can stay, we'd love to. If you haven't seen a unit, go see one. They're open for tours. And with that, we're done. You all meet me outside. We'll cut this ribbon. Thank you.
Speakers, if you could stay seated for just one moment, those of you who are on our program, because we will go outside so that we can officially cut the ribbon for the building. Lynn is handing you your scissors, and then you can follow me outside. Come down this way. On that side. One more here. No, I think that's, is that good? No, that's good. We'll come back down here. Guy. Guys right here on the end. Okay. And just come in, y'all. Come in. Right. I thought neither one of y'all said. Free warning, everybody. There is going to be a pop.
That's helpful.
It's okay. It's okay when you get first. And I'm going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because we got a lot of cameras here.
Don't jump, Elder. Don't jump, Elder.
He got the law.
5, 4,